people hate my religion because once upon a time they read something on the internet where I'm like, who told you this? And decide to hate my religion. So I decided to open up some of these misconceptions about my religion. And before I start the video, I am going to ask you to let your biases aside for this video and take fact as a fact, okay? Because I read sometimes like people saying, hey, that's wrong. And they're like, oh no, that's true. Like, it's a fact that this is wrong. And this person said that to you. So let your biases aside and really listen to what I am going to say. Hello everyone, welcome to my video. My name is Mariam. Let's start. So first of all, I know a lot of you love to throw around with verses on the internet, with hadiths, I don't know, throw around with this kind of things. And I have to say that most of the things are not verses that you take word by word. Because I say to you, the shortest interpretation books of my religion are like these books, you know, have 5 parts, such 5 parts. So you telling me, oh, word by word taking there, oh, this verse, yeah, I know there are verses that are going to be taken as word by word, but most of the time it's not. Second, before I go to the bigger concepts, I am going to talk about one thing. Aisha was not 9, okay? She was 19. We say 9 because Arabs don't count the first 10 years of your life. So when you're 11, you're 1 for them. Because they say, hey, the first 10 years, kids have no idea what they're doing. So actually they start to live when they're 11, okay? This kind of logic. So I saw some people who are like, no, that's just not true. They always use this as an excuse. But sorry? That's why I say let your biases aside, because you obviously have no idea. So let's talk about the first thing, woman. So in my religion, yes, a hijab is mandatory, okay? Don't listen to anyone who says the opposite, because it is in the Quran. You have to wear a hijab. It's not cultural, it is my religion. In my religion, women are definitely not looked down at. In fact, we are the ones who have a lot of privileges men don't have. So first of all, why do women wear a hijab? Okay, there is a woman, and I'm going to blend her video in just a second into mine. She explains that the hijab in my religion is not because of guys, it is because it is a status symbol. So let's be real, what is the first thing when you saw a hijab? Okay, except for the, oh, she is forced to wear a hijab. Okay, what is the first thing when you see us? I know right now a lot of hijab women don't necessarily act according to the rules in our religion, so this view can maybe be a little turned right now. But the real reason why women in our religion wear the hijab in the first place was actually so we as women, we as hijab women, we have a certain status. So when someone look at us, they know, hey, I am going to find help. She is not going to lie to me. She is not going to trick me. She is going to be honest. She is going to be respectful. She is going to have some kind of shame. She is going to have this positive characteristics. Okay, so we as women, we actually have a very important role in our religion, because when you look at a hijab woman, the first thing you need to see is a woman who is honest. All these high qualities we want to see in a woman. A lot of people see that in me, okay? And I also heard a lot of guys on the internet who are like, when I see a hijab, it's like for me, oh, I'm a man, so I have to behave right. Because when they look at a hijab person, okay, they immediately see a status, and it reminds them of their own humanity. And even if I explained a little bit, I want you to still watch the video of this woman.
What does the Quran say? To identify ourselves as being Muslim. That's number 1, that we would be recognized. We put this on. This is an act of truthfulness, all right? So that everybody will know that we are Muslim women. We want everyone to know that we are Muslim women. We are proud of being a Muslim women. But then this says a lot too. See, what this tells everyone who sees me is what stands before you is a woman of enormous strength. enormous courage and integrity. This woman will not lie. She will not cheat. She will not deceive. She will be the best employer, the best employee, the best friend, the best advisor, the best counselor. That's a Muslim woman. You can trust her. And it's a warning. Oh, yeah. It looks up here and it tells to everybody what stands before you is a woman who knows her worth. She knows her value. She is not a toy, so don't even try to play with her. This is a woman you take serious. See, my hijab lets people know straight up front that I want to be set apart from everyone else. I want you to know who I am, and this is what you have a right to expect from me, and this is what I will accept from you. Therefore, when you come near me, leave your profanity somewhere else.
And also, it gives them, if we say, hey, we wear that for a hijab, for men, it gives men the right to say like, hey, I can act however I want. You have to control yourself. You have to not show yourself. You have to do this because, hey, I'm privileged, okay? But my religion does not work like that. My religion, in fact, is the opposite. Women are privileged. I'm going to say an example. Okay? So in my religion, everyone has to pray 5 times a day, okay? 5. There's no way around of it. Even if you cannot even move your whole body, you have to pray with your eyes. How you can do it, okay? My religion says, okay, you cannot pray with your whole body, then just do it with, lay down with your eyes, I don't care. But in my religion, when a woman is in her cycle and has her menstruation, this woman is allowed to not pray, okay? She is not allowed to pray. You know why? Because my religion says, hey, this is the time where you're suffering, you're in pain right now, so don't pray. Don't read the Quran, don't do anything. Okay, I'm going to talk about marriage, but it is going to go back to women because a lot of people think that women are in marriages always a step back, when in reality that's not true. In my religion, a woman has just one thing to do in her marriage, okay? And I'm going to say that, but a lot of you are going to hate my religion for that. But if you listen till the end, I'm going to explain you what I think about it, okay? And when I talk to you about the things a man has to do in the religion, in our religion, in his marriage. So listen to the end. A woman in our religion has one thing to do in her marriage, okay? So it is to, I don't know how to say it, but make his guy happy, fulfill its needs. So basically a man has to say, okay, I'm happy with her. That's it, okay? And I know a lot of you are going to say, hey, because this was my first thought as well. What I thought was like, hey, am I going to live for a man? But then I realized, actually, that's BS. And you know why? Because a woman can do whatever she wants, okay? She can plan her day, she can work, she can sit at home. So my mom would say, a woman has to fulfill his man in her marriage, and everything besides that is because of her light heart, is because of her own being nice, you know what I mean? So house chores, being a mom, all these kind of things are not because she has to do it, but because Allah is going to reward her for it. So actually, in my religion, we would say heaven is under the feet of a mom. So that means if you're a mom, it's so valuable, it's so important that even heaven is under your feet. So in my religion, what a man has to do is he has to feed his family. He is responsible for his wife and his kids, actually. So if a woman does a sin, it is also his sin, okay? Because he's responsible for his wife. So it is in my religion super important who you choose as a partner, not only for the man or not only for the woman, but for both sides. Because a man takes the responsibility of his wife. And I think it's logical that we are not going to change the person in front of us, but instead we choose someone who has the same values as us, okay? So if you choose someone based on their looks and not because they have the same value, that's a big problem for you, because you are responsible for your wife. You are responsible for her, and her sin is your sin. But for her, it's not the same. When you do a sin, she's not responsible for you. Over the course of times, Muslims would handle marriage differently, okay? So for example, the Ottomans in that times, when a woman would marry, she would wear a purple dress. So when her husband abused her, she would wear that purple dress in public, and everyone would know, hey, she's getting abused, so they would split these people and divorce them. And after that, everyone would know, like, they would immediately find for that girl a new one, okay, if she wants to marry and this and that. But the guy, he would not easily find someone. He would, because everyone knows, hey, if I give him my daughter, he is going to abuse her. I don't want that for my daughter, okay? So he would not easily find someone. So it is a social construct that a man treats his woman right. I know a lot of you have the question, like, why are men allowed to have 4 wives and not women? Or why are not both just allowed for one partner? So the reason for that is, back in that time where my religion came down, what happened is that men would have 15 to 20 wives, okay, at once, okay? So my religion did not say, hey, have more wives, but it actually did the opposite. It say, hey, you're just allowed for 4. I know a lot of Muslim guys want to use that and say, hey, my religion says you are allowed to have up to 4 partners. But actually, in the same verse, Allah says, but the best for you is always one. So my religion actually always supports to just have one partner at a time and not more. The whole society supports you to have one partner. One. And second, it does not really make sense, because right now women are not in the same needs as back then. So back then, if a woman stands alone, this woman is really alone. She has no support. But right now, if a woman stands alone, she has options to be supported, to be safe. She has options to go to, for example, women houses, all these kind of things. If you're a man right now thinking, I want to have 4 wives because of the sunnah, just choose another sunnah to follow, okay? And the last topic is about Sharia, okay? Now it is extreme, I know, but actually it really prevents people from doing what they're doing. For example, if someone is stealing something, their hand gets cut off. Okay, and this is not to be super cruel. This is actually, you did that crime and we have no mercy for you. Like, we just cut it off and you live your life. You know, no one cares about you. It is this kind of treatment. I know it is extreme, but you have to imagine, in the 600s years of the Ottomans, this just happens twice. And also, if, for example, someone cheats on their partner, they get stoned. And not only for women, it is also for men, okay? I read somewhere on the internet, someone said, oh, it's just for women. No, it's not just for women, it is for both sides. And I even once heard that this happens once, and then 300 years, it did not happen ever again, like in 300 years. No, it's not even imaginable. I have the feeling right now that people are like, the system we have is like, if you're homeless, just do a crime and then you have a home, especially if in these rich countries where I sometimes see like, hey, how great the jails are. It's like, I don't know, maybe, they have food, they have all these kind of things, and it is not really a punishment. What my religion actually tried to do when I put out these kind of laws, it was to say, hey, you have no value. Everything that happens to you. You steal, you don't have the money anymore, and you don't have a hand anymore. No one cares. And then you're gone. Because imagine a lot of kids right now, 15 years old, are like, just for a joke, stealing stuff from a grocery store. But the things they steal is not theirs. It is not theirs, but they just do it as a joke. And imagine these kids, they know, hey, the owner of the story can have mercy with us and say, hey, okay, but you're just kids. But on the other side, he could also not have, and no one knows the extent of how it can go. I know it's extreme, but it is actually things that work, because right now, if we look, crimes get more and more. Conclusion: in my religion, some things are allowed and some things are not. If we would really live according to our religion's rules, I would definitely not want to be a man. I'm honest with you. I would want to be a woman until the end. But you know, right now, because of the ridiculous situation we are in, and because of we women not being able to stand up and stick together, we are like in this situation where the whole world is like laughing at us, because they're thinking like things that are not real are real and things that are real are not real. So they make some assumptions because they vaguely heard something from somewhere else. If you really want to learn about something about my religion, go somewhere that really answers your questions, okay? Ask more than one person or ask people you trust. I hope you liked that video. I hope you learned something new. I hope I could bring you my religion a little nearer. Not to make you a Muslim, but because my religion is really not bad. Yeah, I hope you like my video. Bye.